Hey, what's up, guys? I'm BTC. Conspiracy theory and speculation abounds. Does the latest Overwatch comic have some sort of cryptic message that tells us the release date of the next hero after Doomfist? No, it probably doesn't. No. Gonna go with no. Alright guys, put on your tinfoil hats and get ready, because this one's going to be a little bit out there. So the other day, Blizzard released the latest Overwatch comic, and I thought it was pretty good. It had a little bit of info on Doomfist, what he's been doing since he broke out of prison. It has some lore on the Talon organization and what their plans for the future are. And overall, I just thought it was a good comic. And people have been super analyzing, like, down into the finest detail, everything on this comic. Now, when I originally talked about it the other day, the only thing I really pointed out was the cool new potential character skins that we could get from it, because if history is any indication, there's a decent chance that some of the character skins might become real and be put in the game. The Halloween comic, the Christmas comic, and the Uprising comic all had characters with skins that we hadn't seen before that got put into the game. So, like, for Uprising, it was the Blackwatch stuff. For the Christmas, it was like Santa Torbjorn. And for the Halloween, you know, it was all the Halloween costumes and stuff. So when I saw Reaper as the Red Death, I thought, oh, you know what? There's a decent chance that could be a new skin. But that wasn't enough for some people. They had to keep on digging. And a lot of the early talk when the comic was first released was this Omnic character right here. Now, obviously, this is an important character in the Talon organization. But just because it's a member of Talon doesn't mean that it's automatically going to be introduced in the game as a new playable character. It might just be part of the backstory. You may never ever see it outside of a comic. Now, I know some people out there are going to be like, well, Doomfist is still on the PTR. He hasn't even been released yet. So why is there talk of a new potential character? Well, the reality is Blizzard is already working on new characters that we don't know about it. In fact, I can say with absolute 100% certainty that Blizzard is currently working on several new characters for Overwatch. You have to understand, though, they're going to be in different phases of development. A bunch of them are probably in the really early, kind of just an idea on paper stage, while maybe one or two might be in the very early stages of some sort of alpha development. Alright, so what is this new speculation that's going on? So, during the comic, Doomfist and Widowmaker go into a casino, and this is so Doomfist can talk to the evil Omnic guy. Now, while he's doing that, Widowmaker is playing a game in the casino called Craps. So in this casino game, Widowmaker is throwing the dice. She actually rolls it 3 times, but the speculation only pays attention to the first 2. So just like any good conspiracy theory, ignore the parts of it that don't fit your little narrative. So anyways, let's go back. So the first roll is a 7, the second roll is an 11, and the third roll is a 2, or Snake Eyes. So the speculation hinges on the fact that 7 and 11, when you flip it, becomes 11-7, or November 7th. And therefore, it is the release date of a new character. So it probably sounds like a bit of a stretch. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Wait a minute. So, they disregard the third roll altogether, and then they reverse the first and the second roll? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Well, there actually is a tiny bit of sense that it makes. So, it all has to do with how the date is displayed. So, in the United States, the date is displayed month, day, year. But in Europe, where this comic is taking place, the date is displayed as day, month, year. So that's why you would have to reverse them. So that way the 7-11, which would be July 7th, gets flipped and becomes November 7th. Yeah, I know that's a bit of a stretch, but that's what this whole speculation theory is, and honestly, it's pretty dumb. I gotta say, yeah, I don't believe it even for a second. There's a much better and way simpler answer as to why Widowmaker rolled what she rolled. So the game that Widowmaker is playing is called Craps. It's one of the more complicated games you'll find at a casino. I'm not going to go through all the rules or explain it because it would take me like 15 or 20 minutes. But there are certain things that are going on in the comic related to the game Craps that line up perfectly with who Widowmaker is and what she does for talent. So the first thing to pay attention to is she's the one that's rolling the dice. And in the game of Craps, the person that's rolling the dice is known as the shooter. Widowmaker is an assassin that uses a sniper rifle to shoot people. So in the casino, she's playing Craps, and she's rolling the dice as the shooter. So the next thing to pay attention to is what Widowmaker actually rolls. The first one is a 7, an automatic win for the shooter and anybody who bet on the pass line. The next roll she gets is an 11, which is also an automatic win for the shooter and anybody who bet on the pass line. And just like how they call the person rolling the dice the shooter, there's a special word for anyone who rolls a 7 or an 11 on the first go. It's called a natural. So Widowmaker is the shooter who is rolling natural 7, natural 11. She's a natural shooter. That's it. There's no conspiracy theory. There's no need for speculation. That was the joke. Widowmaker is the shooter, and she rolls naturals, one after another. And there's a second part to this joke. While Widowmaker is having this amazing run, the Omnic is saying how he and other Omnics are not allowed to roll the dice. They're not allowed to be the shooter because they're computer controlled. They can always roll the winning roll. Whatever they want it to be, if they need it to be a 7, because they're a computer, because they're a robot, they can roll the 7 every single time. So that's the other part of the joke. While he's saying he's not allowed to play because of this ability to control the dice, Widowmaker, who is a human, is doing exactly that. Now, there is a third part to this little hidden joke that's going on here, is that when Widowmaker is ready to leave the table, she throws the dice over her shoulder and it lands Snake Eyes, which means, unlike the 7 or the 11, where everybody on the pass line automatically wins, a 2 means anybody on the pass line automatically loses. So this Omnic that she and Doomfist don't particularly care for just lost all of his money because he put it all on the pass line because Widowmaker was rolling natural automatic wins. So she allowed him to build up a lot of money, and then she just took it all away from him. Now, as she's leaving the table, she says to watch my chips, which means she probably only did a minimum bet for that last one in order to throw the Snake Eyes and cause him to lose, because she technically lost on that third one as well. But I'm willing to bet she pulled all of her chips off and only put the minimum bet, because she wanted the other guy to lose, but she still wanted to keep all of her own chips. So that's it, guys. That's the hidden meaning in the comic. Widowmaker is the shooter, she's a natural, and she can match the accuracy of any Omnic. So does that mean that we're not going to get a new character sometime around November? No, that was probably the only part of the entire conspiracy theory speculation thing that was actually accurate. You see, Blizzard has said on numerous occasions that they want to release a new character once every 3 to 4 months. They don't want to go faster than that because they don't feel like they could give each new character the time and attention that it deserves in order to kind of really fit into the whole Overwatch universe. So they only want to have a new one once every 3 to 4 months. Well, Doomfist is officially getting released at the end of July. So that means we have August, September, October, first week of November. That's a little bit over 3 months. So that is pretty much right on par with where we're going to get the new character. So sure, yeah, it's possible that a new character could be announced or released on November 7th. But that's a long ways away, and any characters that Blizzard is working on is still in the really early development phase. I don't think that they're planning for a specific date release this far out. So if it does happen to land on that day, it's going to be coincidence, not planned. So what do you guys think about all this? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to check out my Discord server where you can join the community and find other players to group with. The link for that is in the description. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.